날 3월달이 또 시작이 됐네요. 새벽 5시 20분인데 아침 책을 좀 읽겠습니다. Your best life begins each morning. Devotions to start every new day of the year. Respect and honor. Blessed is the man who perseveres under trial, because when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love him. James chapter 1. James chapter 1. Plan tomorrow on paper tonight. Designing your life. How to build a well-lived, joyful life. Effectiveness and getting hired. Involve a simple yet important design reframe. You should focus on the hiring manager's need to find the right other person. Success under stress. Powerful tools for staying calm, competent, and productive when the pressure's on. Nip worries in the bud. We worry as a way of trying to control the future. The irony is that our worrying only occupies the present, which is the one time you have to impact the future. If you know you are a warrior and you don't think you'll be able to break the habit at this point in your life, then turn that trait into a strength. Be strategic. Be strategic with your worries. Use them to think of contingencies that you could have to prevent. Try containing your worries by organizing them into worry hours. In this technique, you quarantine those worried thoughts and set aside a certain amount of time. Let's say 15 minutes twice a day. And when I say worry, I mean worry hard. Worry until you have a resolution, so you won't have to worry anymore. Leave worries. Your next move, how to make a successful career change, how to build a meaningful career, how to stay stuck in the wrong career, reaching your potential, reinventing your personal brand, rebounding from career setbacks. To execute a turnaround like Brian's, You focus on a few key tasks, determine why you lost, identify the new path, and seize the right opportunity when it's within your reach. Pack it, pack it. For the birds, uninteresting and meaningless. Leadership promises for every day. What is the key to success? To be successful, a team needs all of those things, but it still needs something more. In this leadership, I believe personnel determine the potential of the team. Vision determines the direction of the team. 10 powerful practices for positive people. In addition to thanking the people we appreciate or who have done us a service or kindness, we also need to adjust our attitudes to one of being thankful. Masterpiece in the making, life lessons for spiritual growth. The Hebrew name Jacob can be translated many ways. Heel snatcher, supplanter, deceiver. Transformation, the mindset you need, the body you want, the life you deserve. You may also want to consider putting together a video playlist of hilarious clips from YouTube and make time to watch 5 minutes of it every morning and the evening. 52 things kids need from a mom. What mothers can do to make a lifelong difference. My dad was a stickler for ordering money. To teach them how to keep their money straight in order facing the same direction. How to pray. Many men and women are seeking to find the secret of their powerlessness in prayer. I don't feel like anyone can judge me for my fiction because those are characters. You can be a stock market genius, uncover the hide, secret hiding places of stock market profit. Chapter 6: Baby needed new shoes, missed other people's money, recapitalization, and stocks, lips, warrants, and the options. How to hear from God, learn to know His voice and make right decision. God is not interested in part-time obedience. We have special responsibilities toward our fellow citizens, call them civic obligation, that we don't have to have toward just anyone. Those civic obligations include a particular duty of aid when our fellows face emergencies. Management of the communication. Tips here are some to avoid engaging in the same behavior yourself. Jesus calling. Devotions for every day of the year. I do not despise your weakness, my child. Actually, it draws me closer to you because weakness stirs up my compassion, my yearning to help. Accept yourself in your weariness, knowing that I understand how difficult your journey has been. Yet if all these creatures experience consciousness and consciousness analogous to ours, then one has to conclude that our species is engaged in a great moral catastrophe, because in food production facilities all over the world we routinely treat the non-human animals as Descartes saw them, as machines without the feelings or experience. This view let us inflict any torture necessary for productive efficiency. People, power, and profit. Progressive capitalism for an age of discontent. We've come to rely on government for our system of social protection, social security, unemployment insurance, Medicare. Get things done, the art of stress-free productivity. An all-new updated edition Pick batters big enough to matter, small enough to win. For our purposes, the focus is on capturing what motivators exist for you in current reality that determine the inventory of what your work actually is right now, some of which may be stemming from your higher level commitment and intention. The Mozart effect, tapping the power of music to heal the body, strengthen the mind, and unlock the creative spirit. As an ancient healing instrument, the harp, Williams find, open doors to the collective unconscious, evoking images, past memories, and other symbolic material that can be addressed in counseling session and that sometimes lead to an awareness of deeper source of the pain. A U.S. jury rules that defamatory attacks on climate scientists have consequences. Defamatory. No time for climate falsehood. The law of addiction, a lesson in servanthood. John chapter 6. When we add value, when we add when we add value by serving others, it keeps adding to those under us. Toward positive youth development, transforming schools and community programs. We believe this approach is helpful in making sense of educational reform and the connections that exist between contextual levels. He urged them to use their influence with Mr. Putin to prevent the weapon from ever being deployed. U.S. warns allies of threat in space. Putin's nuclear weapon could reach orbit this year, but intentions are unclear. How high will you climb? Determine your success by cultivating the right attitudes. During the time before the dam was built, an interesting thing happened. We could do a lot. We could do a lot to raise the marriage rate by increasing wages, financial to be happy, marriage matters more than career. Your parents send the opposite message to the young. What does it mean to be well educated? And more essays on standards, grading, and other follies. For a discussion of the research on which this article is based, please see to engage in this sort of inquiry, to observe real classrooms, and to review the relevant research is to arrive at one overriding conclusion. The real threat to excellence isn't grade inflation at all, it's grade. The trusted advisor. If given any choice at all, clients prefer to buy based on a sample, and the more complex, esoteric, high-priced, risky, and personal the product or service, the more that is true. Esoteric. Mr. M regarded Mr. Trump as a master manipulator who had taken advantage of Christians like him, the working class, and anyone who believed the U.S. political system needs fixing. Master manipulator. Escape from Corporate America, a practical guide to creating the career of your dreams. Take advantage of downtime. In even the busiest jobs, there is occasional downtime. The trick is to be prepared and take advantage of it. Secrets about life every woman should know. 10 principles for total emotional and spiritual fulfillment. True freedom comes from how you respond to life and not what life does to you. True freedom comes from how you respond to life and not what life does to you. Whatever the question, love is the answer. All relationships are your mirrors, and all people are your teachers. In Southern California's car-centered culture, traffic is a subject of complaint that never gets old, an incessant source of misery. all things are working for your good. Just as there is a day of trouble, God has a day of deliverance, a day of healing, a day of abundance, a day of breakthrough. The good news is that you are not on your own. He did this just for you, the privilege, God's invitation to you. I can remember as a 7-year-old going to my grandparents' house for a week, becoming Michelle Obama. Almost from the minute we agreed it would be okay for him to run. Barack became a kind of human blur, a pixelated version of the guy unknown, a man who quite suddenly had to be everywhere all at once, driven by and beholden to the force of the larger effort. Fight for your money, how to stop getting ripped off and save a fortune. Learn the secret big business doesn't want you to know. The point is the point is that when you receive a gift card, you should read the fine print to make sure you fully understand expiration date, fee schedules, and other rules that could affect your ability to redeem the card. The verdict further punishes Trump with a loss of control over his billions. creating success from the inside out. Develop the focus and the strategy to uncover the life you want. All they know is old school. Some kids are so dumb, they'll trust what other dumb kids teach them before they'll trust an older expert. Sticker shock the day you realize you are worth million, leveraging competence and success in the car business, sales, and life. Great leaders encourage and edify their people. When we learn to see the best people in best see the best in people, the way we see them changes. In the spotlight, well, overcome your fear of public speaking and performing. See yourself preparing for the presentation or performance, feeling very good about your ability to deliver it in a powerful and effective manner. The Memory Bible. Never forget names and faces again. Unlike other cells in our bodies, brain cells cannot convert fats or proteins into glucose, so they depend on daily dietary sugar for optimal functioning and survival. On the negative side, extended caffeine use can cause irritability, insomnia, and the anxiety. Unobtrusive, inconspicuous, unassertive, reticent, unobtrusive. modest inflation. The modest inflation driven by consumer demand, the sinking goals would create a virtuous cycle of economic expansion. Companies' profit would grow, spurring investment, wage growth, and domestic consumption. The five most important questions you will ever ask about your organization. Goal 2, to enable people to discover, enjoy, and understand art through popular and scholarly exhibition, community education, and publication. Leadership 101, what every leader needs to know. As Larry stated in Beyond Orange, Walt's vision could be summarized as no chipped paint, all the horses jump, no chipped paint. How can I effectively cast vision? You can seize only one you can see. What book would you most what book would you most like to see that hasn't already been adapted? Wherever you go, there you are. Mindfulness meditation in everyday life. This process actually burns the bunch of destructive impulse in the fires of concentration and equanimity and non-doing. Equanimity. The worry solution. Using breakthrough brain science to turn stress, stress and anxiety into competence and happiness. The worry solution teaches you how to relieve stress and anxiety by training your imagination. Bipolar disorder. Maintain mood stability. Identify your stressors and triggers. Sure, you can log your feelings and perception, but unless you are sure that you can keep other prying eyes out of your journal, you probably don't want a written record of your thoughts and feelings on public display. Uh, but unless you are sure that you can keep other prying eyes out of your journal. The competent woman started today living boldly and without the fear. I had to say no to a lot of invitation. I had to say no to a lot of invitation just because my father was so terribly strict, and the result was that people stopped asking. The ad bleach The ad bleach comes in the face of concerns that Mr. Biden is struggling to maintain support among young and black voters. Spirituality. Fulfill your dreams through affirmation. There are those who give with joy, and that joy is their reward. Stop the insanity, eat the bread, move, change the way you look and feel forever. They are all bent up. They are all bent up, swinging their limbs all over the place, and their range of motion, a term any exceptionally fit person should be very familiar with, is for duty. Making the most out of every day, regardless of what life throws at you. Be nice to your children, for they will choose your rest home. 13 things mentally strong parents don't do: raising self-assured children and training their brains for a life of happiness, meaning, and success. It's likely those people were never taught how to manage their emotions effectively. The disciples assumed the man deserved the disability. A third place, and I know as long as I find my way to the water in winter, I can count on the geese overhead. I can count on the geese overhead calling across the river. Empowered through the strength of his devotion, a husband's promise helps overcome a brush with sexual aggression. Brush. Paid or unpaid, paid or unpaid, paid or unpaid, these workers are looking after our mothers and grandfathers, our sisters and uncles. On speaking well, how to give a speech with style, substance, and clarity. when the when the subject is speech writing, the first name on every list is Peggy Noonan's. Will we work together to have the Congress we need win in November? The name of the Lord is our safe room. It's often easier to trust in what our eyes can see, but God asks us to look to Him for our security. What say when you talk to yourself? Powerful new techniques to program your potential for success. I choose my thought. No thought at any time can dwell in my mind without my permission. I have talents, skills, and abilities, and I'm discovering new talents all the time. I take time to listen and communicate. I'm patient and understanding is worth working at, and I do. I focus my attention on the things I can control. If I can't affect it or direct it, I accept it. hunger, a memoir of my body. To be that girl in a clothing store is to be the loneliest girl in the world. It has been harder for me to want to have children since becoming a pediatrician. Be a G9 member while Biden is in office. The government must form a task force immediately, as the 10 months left in Biden's term could play more favorably for Seoul than the next 4 years ever will. Maybe the Galliano Theater had something to do with our fears about creativity. Dear Sister, a memoir of secret, survival, and unbreakable bonds. Unbreakable. Moros. The power of a whisper, hearing God, having the guts to respond. Seeing her able mind, her open hands, and obedient to the Spirit. Obedient Spirit, he said, I have a special assignment for you. If you are sitting down and you see a very elderly person or a pregnant woman standing, it is customary to offer them your seat. Great bidding teams cracking the code for standout performance. If the marketing team is considering launching a program to find new users, the opening question is that within our bidding strategy? Blue Mind, the surprising science that shows how being near, in, on, or under water can make you happier, healthier, more connected, and better at what you do. All of this makes the notion of daydreaming more complicated in a good way, because it means, that the default network is key to creativity and problem solving. Default network. How pleasure works, the new science of why we like what we like. There is a deeper reality. That has personal and moral significance. Anyone arriving without carnet may declare watches or other goods on arrival, but if Swiss customs officials suspect that the item might stay in the country, They can demand about 10% of the estimated value of the goods. Can it? Can it? Jesus CEO using ancient wisdom for visionary leadership. Question: do you feel a higher power caring for you in a personal way? Question: if you were to give God a personal nickname, what would it be? Does this sort offend you? If so, why? Jesus CEO. Don't get angry. Following your heart that will take you to your happy place. Personal growth and physical improvements are favored. A change of plans will open the door to new possibilities. Say yes to a unique experience or connection. Say yes. Say yes to a unique experience or connection. Extended family too close. I'm currently married. With no kids. I travel a lot for work and vacation. The issue is my wife's sister, her husband, and their kids. 3 years ago, my wife and I allowed them to move into our home because their living situation was not great. You say more than you think. A 7-day plan for using the new body language to get what you want. What has your trademark been lately? Powerful, competent, happy, insecure, angry, depressing, fearful, and anxious, unstoppable. You either have to you either have to get creative, or you have to get out of New York. Better than before. Mastering the habits of our everyday lives. Better than before. rule your day. 6 keys to maximizing your success and accelerating your dreams. Those seeds you've sown have not gone unnoticed. Do yourself a favor.